One of the things last year will be remembered for is the number of high-level cyber attacks and data breaches. From finances to film production, hackers targeted all sorts of companies last year. Russian hackers were blamed for many of those cyber attacks, and it's now even suggested they were behind the notorious Sony hack, which forced the company to stall the release of its film, The Interview. But there's Murat Gazdiev reports pinning the blame on hackers from Russia has become business as usual.
When in doubt, blame Russian hackers.
Russian hackers are said to have attacked
hackers from Russia.
Russian website is hacking.
Russian hackers.
A Russian cyber crime ring.
And it isn't just news. Hollywood's been obsessed with wacky Russian hackers for decades.
Do you know what will happen if they trace it here? The chief of computers will call me a genius, move me to Moscow, and give me $1 million hard currency.
So what's earned Russian hackers a reputation to be feared above any others?
Russian hackers is a kind of brand, like French wines or Swiss watches. It's more legend than reality.
Even so, Britain banned its troops from bringing mobile phones to a recent exercise, fearing Russian espionage. Moscow has also been accused of carrying out highly sophisticated cyber operations.
I am invincible!
Russia is also the world's third biggest sender of junk email, called spam. In terms of expertise, the country has a very strong IT tradition.
We've managed to maintain the very high standard of the Soviet Union's technical education. Our students, when they go to intern at Google or Facebook, often get very lucrative offers.
Although many of Silicon Valley's best and brightest trace their roots to Russia, when it comes to cybercrime, the borders apparently become blurred.
Modern cybercriminal activity, it's a mix of different kind of nationalities. They work together on doing the cybercriminal activities.
The world of hackers is as divided as any. On the one side, you have the so-called white hats, benevolent hackers out to make the web a safer place. Their nemesis are the black hats, hackers whose work, whether for money or infamy, has given hacking such a shady reputation. But in between, there's all sorts.
It's, I don't know, probably the moral choice of each young guy who, after graduating from the university, just chooses his side.
So while Russian hackers do sometimes cause havoc, they're not quite the enigmatic menace they're so often made out to be.
Yes! I am invincible!
Murat Gazdiev, RT, Moscow.
Let's take a look at a real-time map of cyber attacks happening in the world right now. It was created by a cybersecurity company called Norse Corporation. Now, as you can see, a massive offensive is being launched right against the US, from inside the US, as well as from Europe and also from Asia, going from west to east. It's facing several new attacks every second, the US. And generally, the country and Russia are the countries most frequently targeted by cyber gangs. America is also the place where the majority of such attacks come from, along with China, as we mentioned. As far as what exactly is targeted, industrial companies are the hackers' most common prey, along with government bodies. But attacks on personal computers are now becoming increasingly frequent, according to the head of an encrypted internet services company.
What's happening now is the attacks, they started out going after things like firewalls and routers and whatnot on the internet. And now what's happening is they're becoming a lot more sophisticated. They seem to be targeting individuals' computers and turning an individual's computer into a bot. This is something where your computer is taken over and it's used for things like Bitcoin mining to make money. It's used for attacking people with denial of service attacks and whatnot. And then they're just going through and trying to keylog all the information to get financial information. So, for example, your online banking information and passwords, those things are now being stolen actively. And it looks to me like that the information is being now turned over to criminal gangs. And in some cases, the state actors are now indistinguishable from criminal gangs.
And we want to bring you much more on the shady business of hacking in the coming days. So do stay with RT International.